Hi all you guys out there in YouTube land, Chibi here with my unnamed scar-faced Fairyland People 65, but I wanted to do the prompt that a user, I don't want to butcher their name so it will be in the title of this video, did for us. They asked us 3 questions and I'm just going to go through them and answer them, hopefully to the best of my ability, just to try to hopefully get in a little bit more of a swing of making more videos, even though I make no promises, because when I make promises I don't go through on them. So the first question is there something you said you would never do in this hobby that you have since done? For me, that's pretty much the whole hobby. But I never, I said a lot of things, and then I never really meant, okay, I'll never do this. But I knew kind of in the back of my head the type of person I am. I think originally when I entered this hobby, I was kind of in the mindset of I'll have 1 or 2 of each size, and I'll never let my, BJDs get into ridiculous numbers. And in my personal opinion, I've definitely surpassed that. If you've watched my main video, which is showing all of my doll family minus a few newbies. So, I definitely kind of just barrel rolled a lot more than I ever expected. I was kind of I'd never really get that far into it, but because I generally, when I go into a hobby, I kind of, I kind of starter it. I get a little bit of everything and then I'm happy. But for the doll hobby, that just didn't really work out for me. So I never would have thought I'd end up with this many dolls. I can't really think of anything I specifically said I would never do. But I think biggest never I think I said I would never do is spend a certain amount on a doll. I'd never cross a line of this is too much to spend on a doll, and I've definitely crossed that line more than once. I'll never spend this much. Oh, well, I crossed that line. Okay, well, I'll bump it up to this much. Oh, and then I crossed that line. Because I was just so in love with the doll. Actually, my Zoom Chalco was he's, I think in all technicality, the doll I have worth the most and the one I've spent the most on, because I did not get him through original release. Even though I did make some money back on him when I sold the parts of him that I didn't care for as human parts, I still say I really never thought I'd spend as much as I did on that doll, and y'all can just imagine. I didn't spend, amount that I thought was, ridiculous scalper price, but I did pay more than, the original price of the doll, which was already, $800 or $900. So, yeah, I never thought I would ever spend that much on a doll. Just never even thought it. And then, I think, that doll surprised me on how much I was willing to spend on it, and then I would say probably my ring doll Frankenstein, because I had to buy that directly from the company, because during the time no American company was dealing with ring doll due to all their problems, and I took a chance and bought it directly from them. So it was the price of the doll plus ridiculous shipping, and then heart attacks of my doll almost getting lost in the mail. So that was wonderful. I also said to myself, at least in the beginning of this hobby, I would never get into any type of drama. I would never allow myself into any type of doll drama, because they're dolls. And it's dumb. And at different points in this hobby, I have let other people's drama kind of discourage me in this hobby and make me not kind of want to be in this hobby, or just not be physically active. And I told myself I was never going to let that happen, and I did. So that's pretty much that question. The second one is, what did you think your eventual collection would look like when you entered the hobby compared to what your current collection is? As I kind of addressed earlier, I thought I would have 2 or 3, maybe really 1 or 2 of each size, just paired sets, because I have an obsession with paired sets. I want things to be paired, so I knew I'd never have 1 of each size, and I knew it would annoy me not to try each size. So of course I have USDs, MSDs, and SDs, and actually like 70 centimeter dolls as well. And I don't have anything tinier than a USD at the moment, but I did try them. I have had Pookies and stuff like that, and those are the only ones that I was just like, sell that. It's not working for me, it's too tiny. So when I came into this hobby, I was thinking, no more than $10. I think, this is a guess because I'm not physically counting, 30. I don't want to physically count, please don't make me. Because it's bad, and it makes me go, holy crap, but, I mean, I just love them all so much. When I took one of my dolls apart, because I was going to sell his body and get a cheaper body for him, I just felt a little off, and I finally put him back together today, and I was just like, it actually felt relieving, because I was like, you need to be there, because that's where you go, and I love you, and stop that. So, definitely a lot different than when I started. I never really thought that I would create such a storyline for these dolls and they would inspire me as much as they do, so. And as for the second part of this question, oh, never mind, that's in the third question. Okay, third question. What do you think your collection will look like in the future? Will you have any of your current dolls? How many dolls do you think you'll have? My future, new dolls will come. That's, if they'll stay, if they'll fit in, if they'll not, you know, it'll all depend on the doll and just how much I bond with it. As for will I have these dolls in the future, I hit pretty hard, rock bottom. I have student loans to pay and things like that, and so I had to do some wheeling and dealing to keep the dolls I had, and it really made me think, okay, who can I sell? Who can I get rid of? Who's worth what I would have to give them up for? Because, I mean, some of my dolls are ring dolls. They're not, not ring dolls, resin soul dolls. They're not worth what I paid for them. I paid the company price, and they don't resell for that value. And I had to really think about who was worth what and giving up, and I think the dolls I have come to a plateau, and I love them as they are. The only one that was getting to me was the Chloe sculpt, and I still wasn't willing to give her up because I'd fought so hard for that character until I found another one, which I've done now, so that was mentioned in my last video. I don't really see me losing any of these dolls unless I have no choice in the matter. And as for how many dolls I think I'll have, there's no telling. I hope I don't get more than a handful more, but you never know with this hobby, there's new dolls coming out every day. So, we will just have to see. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And hopefully this has sound, because I think it blocks off after 10 seconds. Okay, I got past that 10 seconds. Hopefully there was sound. If not, whatever. My bad. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I answered these questions well enough. If you have any questions or anything, please try to message me and not comment below, because I can't comment back. And I will do my best to get back at you, but it'll be a message if you comment me, because I don't understand YouTube anymore. And maybe you'll get more videos in the future. I can't make any promises. I just am so busy / got so much going on that I have to let certain things take priority. But thank you so much for my faithful subscribers, and thank you so much for the people who are still watching my videos even though I've been gone for so long, so.